And as of today, the contractor has achieved more than 80% of the reinforced concrete pavement. We actually stopped them. Not that we stopped them, it's an agreement, because we looked at from Change 25 to about Change 35, where we have the worst, where the Change 20 is assumed to be the worst, but over 2 years we conquered it. And so from Change 25 to 35 is also another critical section of this project. And so we looked at the settlement procedures, and we discovered that it would be disastrous to go ahead and put our CRCP on top of it.
You might have seen different videos of the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway since it was temporarily open to vehicles. But what you are about to see in this video is completely different. In this video, I'll be taking you through the entire stretch of Section 1 of the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway, from Ahmadu Bello Way in Victoria Island all the way to Eleko Junction. This is a full drive-through with multiple stopovers, drone views and real-time commentary, showing you part of this highway that many people have not been able to capture yet. Yes, the video might be a little long, but trust me, it's worth your time, because we'll be covering everything: the paved sections, the unpaved and stone-based sections, the linked and unlinked portions, the sand filling zones, and the ongoing construction of major interchange, flyovers, underpass, and major ongoing works on the Section 1. And beyond the road itself, I will also be talking about why this highway matters, how it can change movements, trade and development, and what it means for communities along this corridor. By the end of this video, you will have seen what's really happening across the full 47 kilometers of Section 1 of the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. So sit back, relax and enjoy this video. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Bello. Today I am back on the coastal road after it was temporarily open for commuters. So right now I am towards the Oniru. Right there is the Oniru, and I'll be taking you around the coastal road to see how the road is now looking and how motorists are able to access this road presently. We are starting this journey from Ahmadu Bello Junction in Victoria Island. This is the starting point of the highway. You can already tell this is not your regular Lagos road. This is one of the most important commercial areas in Nigeria, and having a direct connection from here into a coastal highway like this is a big deal. This section connects Victoria Island directly to the Lekki axis and beyond, without having to go through the usual congestion on the Lekki-Epe Expressway. Victoria Island is one of Nigeria's most important economic zones, home to corporate headquarters, financial institutions, tourism assets and commercial activity. Now imagine connecting this economic nerve center directly to a coastal highway that stretches across multiple states without passing through the bottlenecks we are used to. That's the bigger picture of this road. Roads like this are not just about cars, they are about time, movement and productivity. If people and goods can move faster, the economy benefits. Simple as that. This is not just a city road, this is a national infrastructure corridor. I decided to take my first stop around the Oniru section, close to landmark. This is a very important area because it shows how the coastal highway connects back into the existing road network in Victoria Island. For those who know here, this used to be the former Oniru, and we have an entry and exit point right here. From this section, motorists can enter and exit the highway to connect Legali Ayorinde, Water Corporation Drive and surrounding roads within Victoria Island. Beyond this point, there are also other entry and exit connections that link Oniru, Jakande in Lekki, Ogombo Road, Abraham Adesanya, Okunja, and some other places. This is critical because highways don't work in isolation. Their success depends on how well they integrate into the cities they serve. Now, it's important to clarify something here. This highway is not a perfect alternative to the Lekki-Epe Expressway for everyone. If you are heading towards places like Freedom Way, Osapa, Chevron, or other areas on the opposite side of Lekki-Epe Expressway, these routes might feel a bit off your usual path. But for motorists heading towards Ogombo, Okunja, Sangotedo, Eleko, and further down the corridor, this highway can save a lot of time and reduce stress significantly. Over time, as more link roads are completed, the usefulness of this highway will only increase. This axis shows the urban economic value of this highway. Roads like this reduce pressure on existing routes. Less traffic on Lekki-Epe Expressway means reduced travel time, lower fuel consumption, less stress, and fewer accidents over time. For businesses operating in Victoria Island and Lekki, this kind of alternative routes can make a huge difference in productivity. Now, one thing I personally would have loved to see on this highway is even more width. The initial concept talked about up to 5 lanes on each carriageway, and honestly, that would have been massive. But let's also be realistic. To achieve that kind of width, especially in built-up areas like parts of Victoria Island, Oniru, and Lekki, it would require significantly more demolition, displacement, and compensation. And beyond demolition, it will also cost a lot more. We all know how infrastructure projects work in this country. Even getting to this stage has faced resistance, debates, court cases, and strong opposition from different sides. So while a wider road would have been ideal, there is always a balance between engineering ambition, social impact, cost, and political reality. What matters most is that the road works well, is safe, and can still be expanded where possible in the future. And also, the concept of having a rail alignment in the middle, which is going to be an entirely new project on its own. The future rail alignment will be starting from somewhere around the Jakande side, because that's where the provision for the space starts from, and that's around kilometer 5. As we move towards the Jakande section, you will notice clear demarcations and ongoing construction. This is where the first major interchange on section 1 is being built. Interchange like this are expensive, complex, and time consuming, but they are what turn a good road into a true express corridor. But hopefully it will be completed as fast as what we saw with the construction of the first flyover and underpass, which we will be seeing ahead. What you are seeing here is infrastructure that's not just meant for today's traffic, but for traffic volumes decades ahead. I'll be doing a dedicated update on this interchange and the first flyover and underpass, and also the second flyover in Eleko in a subsequent video. But for now, I want to use this moment to appeal to motorists using this road. Please drive carefully. The road is tempting wide, smooth in some sections, but watch out for diversions, obey traffic signs, avoid driving against traffic, respect speed limits, and be mindful of heavy duty equipment and concrete barriers. Safety here is extremely important. Infrastructure only succeeds when people use it responsibly. So guys, I'm presently at Jakande, where we have the first interchange of the coastal highway right here, and the work has progressed from the last time I was here, which was some couple of weeks ago. I'll be flying my drone to show you an area footage to see how this place is now looking like. We are now passing through the new road flyover, and honestly, you could easily miss it. That's because this section has now been fully linked and paved, creating a seamless driving experience. The last time I was here, this area was still under heavy construction. Moments like this are important because they remind you that progress on large projects doesn't always happen overnight. But when it comes together, the impact is immediate. The construction of this flyover was achieved barely under 8 months. So guys, presently I am at the first flyover that was constructed for the Lagos Calabar, and what I can tell you from the last time I was here, paving work was ongoing, but presently now it has been paved and is a smooth ride across the flyover right here at New Road on Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. This flyover and underpass is a good example of quiet progress. It's fully linked now, so most people won't even notice it. And that's actually a good thing. When infrastructure works so well that you don't think about it, that's good engineering. So, after passing the first flyover and driving a little further, this is where the experience really changes. From this point, you actually start to feel what driving on a coastal highway is meant to feel like. You feel the breeze coming in from Atlantic Ocean. The beach is literally just by the side of the road here. A lot of work was done in this area. This entire stretch used to be filled with shanties. Everything had to be cleared to make way for this highway. And even now, the cleanup is still ongoing in some sections. You can also see the breakers that were installed along the shoreline. Those are not just for aesthetics, they are very important. They help control erosion, protect the shoreline, and most importantly, protect the highway itself from the force of the ocean. This part really shows the level of engineering that went into this project. It's not just about concrete, but also about coastal protection. And while we enjoy this beautiful stretch, I think it's also important to say this to everyone making use of this place. Whether you are stopping by the beach or just driving through, let's try to keep this area clean. It's easy to say government should do everything, but honestly, this responsibility also falls on all of us. If we want places like this to remain accessible, clean and enjoyable, then we also have to play our parts. Around Channel 20, close to the Ogombo and Okunaja exits, the paved sections end. This was as far as paving went during the commissioning of the first 30 km coming from Ahmadu Bello in Victoria Island. And for now, this is still the transition point as the paving still stops here, though there is still paved stretch ahead. But what's interesting is that despite the stone-based surface beyond this point, vehicles are already using the road. That tells you something important. Demand for these routes already exists. Once paving is completed end to end and the highway fully opens, usage will multiply significantly. Surprisingly, you will already notice some vehicles using this route from Sangotedo and beyond. We are arriving at the Sangotedo axis. The last time I was here, this section wasn't fully connected. Today, you can drive through and that's a big deal. So guys, I am at the Sangotedo side of the coastal road. This should be around Chanage 25 or 26. But the last time I was here, the road wasn't linked together from the Ogombo side onto this side. There was still sand filling ongoing, but presently the road has been linked together and you can see vehicles coming from Sangotedo heading towards Victoria Island. So if you are heading towards Victoria Island from Sangotedo, this is the road you are going to probably be taking. We'll continue to move ahead and see if we will be able to get to Eleko, Ewerekun and all the villages along before we get to Eleko. So guys, stay tuned and follow me. Roads like this don't just move cars, they unlock land value. Areas that were once considered remote suddenly become attractive for housing, logistics, tourism and commercial development. Over time, this corridor will reshape how people live and invest along the Lekki-Epe coastal belt. Roads like this unlock development. Places that used to feel far suddenly feel closer. From Sangotedo, we move into another paved section around Chanage 25, passing through the Eko Akete axis. This is what the finished highway experience will feel like: smooth, fast, and uninterrupted. The pavement ends again around Chanage 31, reminding us that this project is still very much a work in progress. We are now at Ewerekun, and this is one of the most technically challenging sections of Section 1. Ewerekun is a coastal fishing community, and the terrain here is naturally swampy and muddy. What you are seeing is ongoing sand filling and ground improvement, which is necessary before permanent pavement can be laid. Projects like this highlight the complexity of building infrastructure in coastal environments, but they also show opportunity for communities like Ewerekun. This highway can mean better access to market for fish and seafood, improve emergency and health access, tourism opportunities, and increase economic activity. Development must be inclusive, and how well nearby communities benefit from this road will matter in the long run.
Have done all the necessary sand filling up to this point and beyond. We still have from Challenge 34 to Challenge 37 to backfill, and dredging is ongoing as the director has rightly said and the controller. So we are on track to deliver, and we are aiming to deliver towards the end of this year as per directives from the ministry, and if we can do it earlier we will never stop. We are working, Your Excellency, day and night in order to achieve this goal. As we speak now, we have achieved so far almost like 35 or 34 kilometers of CRCP out of 47 kilometers, and the work is still ongoing. As far as the CRCP is concerned, also we are monitoring the settlement in the swampy areas and the water body areas due to the change of alignment, Your Excellency, as you have directed. And as soon as the settlement reaches to a certain acceptable range, we will immediately continue with the CRCP. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, and we are fully committed to the success of this project. Thank you very much.
Section 1 is 47.47 kilometers and 6 lanes, 2 carriageway. And as of today, the contractor has achieved more than 80% of the reinforced concrete pavement. We actually stopped them. Not that we stopped them, it's an agreement, because we looked at from Challenge 25 to about Challenge 35. Where we have the worst, where the Challenge 20 is assumed to be the worst, but over 2 years we conquered it. And so from Challenge 25 to 35 is also another critical section of this project. And so we looked at the settlement procedures, and we discovered that it would be disastrous to go ahead and then put our CRCP on top of it. So what we are doing is, removing the pits, up to sometimes depth of 20 meters, 10 meters, and then replacing it with lumps, and then, sand fill, and of course also bring, stone base, and then, bring it to traffic. And so that is what is happening. So we have just about 3 kilometers to complete the entire, sand filling from Ahmadu Bello to Eleko Junction. And we are very, very excited with the work and the quality of what has been done.
To manage traffic, High-Tech Construction has provided a detour through the community for vehicles heading towards and from Eleko. We took the detour through Ewerekun community, and honestly, this part of the highway is quite enjoyable. You are driving very close to the beach, feeling the sea breeze, and it almost feels like a coastal drive experience rather than a construction detour. The remaining portion that needs some filling here is about 2 kilometers, and once completed, this section will be fully linked. One thing that really comes to mind is the bigger picture of this road. This highway is not just about Lagos. From here, it continues through several coastal communities all the way down to Calabar. And the truth is, many of these coastal communities have been forgotten or neglected for decades. Some of them are rich in natural resources, fishing, culture and tourism potentials, but they have remained isolated because of poor access. A road like this changes that. It opens up these communities to business opportunities, better access to markets, healthcare and emergency services, education, and basic social amenities. Once a road arrives, everything else tends to follow. Communities that used to feel cut off can suddenly become part of the national conversation. For fishermen and traders in these coastal towns, better roads means faster movement of goods, fish, seafood and other local products can reach cities quicker, fresher and at a lower cost. That alone can improve income and reduce waste. Over time, you could also see cold storage facilities, processing centers, small port and logistics hub, and tourism-related businesses. This highway has the potential to become an economic lifeline for many coastal settlements. But it's also important to be honest. Projects like this are not without downsides. Increased access can lead to land pressure, rising property prices, displacement of locals, and cultural changes. Communities that are not protected can easily be pushed aside by bigger investors. There are also environmental concerns, habitat disruptions, and the need for continuous shoreline protection. That's why planning, regulation, and community engagement are very important. Development should not mean erasing communities. It should mean improving lives. If this highway is done right, it can be a win for everyone. But that would depend on how communities are included, how land is managed, and how environmental protection is enforced. Roads bring opportunity, but they also bring responsibility. The goal should be growth without losing identity, and progress without leaving people behind. After rejoining the highway alignment, we continue on the stone-based road for about 2 to 3 kilometers. Then around Challenge 41, we return to a paved section once again. From here, the drive becomes smooth all the way to Eleko until the pavement stops due to another ongoing flyover project. This flyover is a critical structure because it links Section 1 and Section 2 of the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. The paved road actually continues beyond this point, and I'll be showing you everything in detail in my next full tour of Section 2. Beyond this point, the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway continues, connecting states, ports, industries and communities. When completed, this corridor has the potential to reshape how goods move along Nigerian coastline. Infrastructure like this is never perfect. There will always be debates about width, alignment, cost and impact. But what matters is that Nigeria is finally building long-term infrastructure that looks beyond immediate politics. This road represents growth, connectivity and possibility. And like every major project, it will only truly succeed if it benefits both the economy and the people living around it. This highway is about connecting regions, reducing travel time, boosting trade, supporting coastal communities, and opening up new economic corridors. From Victoria Island to Eleko, what we are seeing here is just the beginning. So guys, we are finally right here at Eleko. So just right behind me there, you can see the piers for the flyover bridge already rising. We are still going to the front and probably will be showing you what is happening with the Section 2. We are able to drive all the way from Victoria Island to this point, and we are still moving ahead. So for now, the road has been opened and it has gotten to Eleko, just that not all the sections are paved, and in between there are still construction works ongoing, and there are still places where you have to branch into Ewerekun village, then you have to come back to the coastal road. they had to make a detour right there because sand filling is still ongoing at that place. So guys, that's it all from this video. Thank you for watching on to this point. My name is Bello, and I will definitely see you in my next video. Thank you guys for staying tuned. If you enjoyed this detailed drive through, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll be bringing you more updates, especially a full tour of section 2. Thanks for riding along with me. See you in the next video.